So I was asked to do this. Ron Cronin, I just shared my screen, said there's different forms of asking questions. So there's 3 different forms of asking questions. There's open-ended, yes or no, and A or B. How you start the question controls the answer. So open-ended questions are questions where you're trying to get them talking. You're trying to get them engaged a little bit more. You want them to explain something, okay? So you do an open-ended question by who, what, when, why, how. Okay, those are the 5 basic principles of starting a question with one of those words for an open-ended question. Then you have yes or no questions. Yes or no questions is when I don't want them explaining. I just want a yes or a no. So this is really better for closing. Open-ended is predominantly great when I'm prospecting. It's great when I'm pre-qualifying. It's great throughout the process of the listing presentation. Typically not your ideal type of closing questions. Yes or no questions are better for closing. Okay. Would you rather have a bidding war on your home, not have any offers at all? That's A or B, which is number 3, right? So, but it takes away the open-ended. A, and then there's A or B, which is like I just said, you're giving them 2 different options. Would you rather have a bidding war on your home or not have an option to have any offers at all? That is an A or B question. Okay. So the homework assignment that he gave was take a statement or an objection or a question that a seller or buyer might give to you and try to phrase your answer in each of these 3 segments. Because remember, we have to get better at asking questions. So when somebody asks you a question, the best way to close is by answering in the form of a question. That's just typically the best way to go about doing things. But you have to be able to get good at asking questions, and this is a great example on how to do that. So I'm going to give a couple of examples, a very basic. And then what I would love for you to do is to participate in this little workshop. Now, some of you won't participate because you think that you're going to sound foolish. You're only going to sound foolish if you don't participate and don't practice and then try to do it to a seller. Guess what? I'm not selling my home. So if you sound foolish or stumble with me, that's okay. But if you don't practice and then you go blah, 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 to a seller, that's no good. No bueno, or any of the above words, okay? So make sure you're participating. So here's a couple of examples. First example, I really want to list your homes, right? So this is, imagine you trying to explain to a seller that you really want to list their home. So the first one is an open-ended question. Who, what, when, how, why, okay? How would having an eager, enthusiastic agent on your team impact your bottom line? Okay, so that's a who, when, why, how question. Hold on one second. Close my office door here. Okay. How would having an eager, enthusiastic agent on your team impact your bottom line? That is a way of saying that I want to sell your home, but asking in question format, because now I have to give an answer. Hold on one second. The second one is a yes or no. Could you use an enthusiastic agent on your team? Yes. Yes or no. The third one is an A or B, where you're giving options. You could choose an agent that is scared and timid, or an eager and enthusiastic agent to represent you. Which would you prefer? Okay, so 3 different ways of asking questions on the statement of I really want to list your home. So I gave another one. If I scroll down here, this is another one I wrote down. Seller says, I want to sell my home fast. So how can I take, I want to sell my home fast, and answer that in the 3 different questions? So what I wrote down here, okay, first we need an open-ended question. So an open-ended question on I want to sell my home fast would be, when would you like me to present your first offer? because that's going to make them come up with an answer. Well, I'd like my first offer to be in 2 weeks, blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. Now, if I want to say, I want to sell my home fast and I want to do it in a yes or no format, do you think an agent with a specific plan of action would get your home sold faster? Yes. Great. That's a yes or no question. Now, A or B, I'm giving them options. Would you like an agent that puts the home on the MLS and waits for business, or an agent that puts the home on the market and aggressively goes and finds business? So I'm giving them 2 different options. Okay, is this making sense to anybody?
Yes, Robert,
Yeah.
I agree.
Great. Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. So, but we have to be able to do this because depending on the personality style, depending on where we're at in the presentation, depends on where we're going to ask this question, right? So, for example, if I'm talking to a driver, really the yes or no questions are the better questions to ask. If I'm talking to an analytical, the option questions are the better questions to ask. If I'm talking to an expressive, the open-ended questions are the better ones to ask. Amiable would follow more along the lines of the analytical of giving the options. Okay. Or it could be the open-ended. Really, it's more about using the we. So you have to know how to do all 3 because it really impacts the personality styles that you're talking to. Okay, so who would like to try one? Who would like to do this an example? So I'll write the question, okay? I'll write the question and you can either in the chat box or unmute yourself. And seller says, okay, I want to get the most money, okay, possible. So how could you respond to that in one of these 3 formats? When a seller says, I want to get the most money possible. What would be an example? You could choose any of the 3. Just in case anyone's wondering, I can do it, so I don't really need to do this on my own if I want to.
Does the question need to be adjusted or can it, or?
So yeah, so take this. So just like I did here where the seller says, I want to sell my home fast. And I took my answer and put it into 3 different question formats. So seller says, I want to get the most money possible. How can I, using these rules, open-ended, yes or no, or A and B, what is a easy, simple response, don't overthink it, to that question? I'll give you a hint. You could use the same one from the previous ones.
Okay, you could say, do you think an agent with a specific plan of action would help you get your home sold for more money faster?
Sure, absolutely. Do you think an agent with a specific plan of action would get you the most money possible? You could certainly do that one. Absolutely. Good job, Patty. Gold star, Patty. Yeah.
Could you just say really quick, you said a driver needs to be open-ended?
No.
Oh.
Driver is yes or no.
Oh,
Expressives are open-ended. Analyticals are A or B. Amiables typically are more A and B, could be open-ended. Can't really go too wrong.
when you say A or B, are you meaning yes or no and open-ended?
No. So there's 3 different types of questions. I'm sorry. So there's open-ended, and then there's yes or no, meaning that the response is yes or no. A or B questions is options. So like an example of an A or B question is, would you like an agent that puts the home on the MLS and waits for business, or an agent that puts the home on the market and aggressively goes and finds business? So I'm giving them two options. Which agent would you like? So that when you're giving the options A or B, that is analytical. You want to provide that because they want options. Amiable, you're more likely going to give them that because, you know, give them the option. It's a little friendlier. But you could do open-ended with an amiable too.
Yeah, you just have to be friendly when you say it.
There you go. Okay.
Robert, so you said amiable, typically they answer A or B.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Or A or B, or you could do an open-ended question. Essentially with an amiable, try to stay away from yes or no. Not that it's going to kill your deal. Amiables, you have a little more flexibility because, as Valerie said, amiables are more about tonality and specific words. So you want to use words like we, we're, together, you know, things like that. But for the other three, it's definitely more important to give an expressive and open-ended, to give a driver a yes or no, and to give an analytical an A or B.
So you could say, how soon would you like your agent to put your home on the market?
How soon would you like to put your agent to get your home on the market? Yeah, that
How
would be a
s-
great
how
one.
soon-
Or I want to sell my home. I want to sell my home fast. How soon would you like to get your home on the market? That's a great one. Way to go, Valerie. Woo-hoo. So let me put that one under this one as another example. How soon would you like
How soon would you like us?
me? Well, if you're talking to an amiable us, yes,
Yes,
correct.
me, for amiable, right?
Put your home on the market. There you go. Boom. I want to sell my home fast. Great. How soon would you like me to put your home on the market? Great. Perfect. Open-ended, makes them come up with an answer. Okay. Good job. Are you ready to sign the contract today and put me to work to help you get the most money possible for your home? There you go. Yeah, Patty, that's a good one for yes or no. That is a good one. So I'm going to copy that.
For an option for an analytical, you can do an A or B saying, I don't know if this would be correct, but would you rather have a bidding war on your home or not have an opportunity to negotiate any offers at all?
Oh, woo. All right. Boy, I feel like I've heard that script somewhere.
Is that for analytical?
Yeah, it's an A or B question. So A or B question, you're giving them two options, right? Would you rather have a bidding war on your home or not have an opportunity to negotiate any offers at all? Yeah, so there you go. So that's a perfect A or B question. Would you rather have a bidding war in your home or not have an opportunity to negotiate any offers at all? Well, I want a bidding war. There we go. That's how we get the most money possible. Right? When we're talking about price. Good. Good. So, okay, so we've got some yes or no's. Okay, we got some things like that. So what would be an open-ended question for I want to get the most money possible? What would be an open-ended question?
I guess
Who, what, when, why, how for this?
You can just say, like ask them what that price is, like what the most price. I don't know. Never mind.
No, you're here.
Like,
No,
how
you're on
soon
that.
do
You're
you
on
want
that.
me to show you?
What is a question we ask in the pre-qual that could be used right here?
How much do you want to list your home for?
How much do you want to list your home for? That would be a good one. Way to go, Sylvia. Woo! Okay, so how much do you want to? Damn it, Robert. list your home for?
And you
Great.
can also ask them how much you'd like to net. I don't know if you want to
Sure,
provide a net sheet.
sure, absolutely. How much would you like to net? Okay, there's another question too that's also in the pre-call that could be great for I want to get the most money possible. Starts with what?
What price won't you go below?
Oh, there it is. Woo! Oh, we're getting it. Not what rice, what price?
Brown rice.
Won't you go below? Right. So there you go. So this is all right, cool. So I want to get the most money possible. Great. How much do you want to list your home for? Perfect. Makes them come up with the answer. Or how much would you like to net? What price won't you go below? These are great questions that you can use to get them to explain an answer to you. Or yes or no questions. Do you think an agent with a specific plan of action would get your home sold faster? Or yeah, or not faster, but this is supposed to get you the most money possible. Yeah, I do. Or are you ready to sign the contract today and put me to work to help you get the most money possible for your home? Yeah. A or B, would you rather have a bidding war in your home or not have an opportunity to negotiate any offers at all? I love it. I love it. We could also use this one. No reason why you can't copy and paste some of this stuff, right? Would you like an agent that puts the home on the MLS, or an agent and waits for business, or an agent that puts on the market and aggressively goes and finds business? Well, I want one who goes and finds business. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. So we're getting the gist of this. I like it. Okay. So let's try this. Let's try another one. Anyone have any objections or statements that they want to try this one out on? That we should all try this?
How much commission do you charge?
How much commission do you charge? Okay, great. So we have 3 different types of questions we can ask. Give me some examples.
Have you had an opportunity to review my plan of action?
Have you had an opportunity to review my plan of action? Oh, boy. I feel like I've heard some of these before. Way to go, Sylvia. Woo-hoo.
It sounds like you want to net the most amount of money.
Have you had a chance to look at my plan of action? Okay. Oop. Okay. So Albert, you said sounds like you want to net the most amount of money.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how do we add that as a question?
It sounds to me like you do want to net the most amount of money, correct?
What can I add to the end of that to make it a question?
Correct.
There we go. Sounds like you want to net the most amount of money, correct?
Or maximize your equity, correct?
There you go.
And maximize your equity.
Sure, all the above.
Am I handling or you handling? He's right here next to me. That's what I'm choosing.
All right. Good job. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll do it in 2 different ways. Right. So everyone, you can combine and do whatever you want.
Always taking my attention. That's
Sounds like you want to. You said maximize your equity. Sounds like you want to maximize your equity.
And net the most amount of money.
Get the door.
And net the most amount of money.
You type like me. Okay.
It's amazing that I was able to type so fast during the retreat, and now I can't type at all right now. That's why I get paid to talk. Sounds like you want to maximize your equity and that's the most amount of money. Is that correct? Yeah. So that's a yes or no question. Okay, cool. So have you had a chance to look at my plan of action? Yes. Sounds like you want to net the most amount of money, right? Correct? Yes. Okay, great. So give me some other examples. What would be some open-ended or some A or B questions? on how much commission do you charge? Okay,
Robert,
All right.
are you concerned about what your family will, I mean, I want to do something for amiables. And you said open-ended or A and B.
okay.
So is it important for you and your family to net the most? I mean, something like that where you include the group.
Okay. So including the group in this, okay, so how much commission do you charge? So what are you and your family going to do with all of your proceeds once the home sells?
Right. Yeah, that's an open-ended. That's good. Yeah. Yeah.
What
are you and
is,
your-
I have one. So what is more important for your family? Paying a lower commission or getting a higher bottom line?
There you
netting the
go.
most?
All right. What is more
Go, Patty!
important for
That's
your
not
family?
open-ended.
Yeah, it is.
No,
No.
that is
It's
an
A or
A and
B.
B.
That's A or B, A and B, right.
guys.
Also good, also good. What is more important for your
Fighting.
family? Paying a higher commission or netting the most amount of money? Is that what I heard?
Or that's
It
not what
would
she
be
said.
lower. It's paying a lower commission because they're asking about,
Oh,
right?
paying a lower commission.
commission or netting a higher bottom line or a higher net.
A higher,
Higher price or netting the most amount of money. I think that's the better way to say it.
good job. Way to go, Patty. Woo! You all can do whatever you want with some of these. All right. Yes, Albert, I will be sharing this at the end of this. Answer your question.
No, he's not.
I will. I'm not, you're doing all the work. I'm not doing any of this. You all deserve the notes. Okay, so that is a great A or B question. What is more important to your family? Paying a lower commission or netting a high amount of money? I love it. I love it. Okay.
So would that be good for an analytical as well? Or do analyticals care about their family too, right?
Drivers.
Yes. Yeah.
So do
Analyticals,
They don't care.
analyticals they just want a reason to do it. Whether it's money, family, whatever the case may be, they need a reason to do it. But this is good for an analytical because it gives them options. What's more important for your family? Paying a lower commission or netting a higher amount of money?
Okay.
Well, I definitely want to net the higher amount of money. Okay. Because sometimes they might say, well, no, I just want to pay a lower commission. Then you have a different problem.
Okay. So-
I have an open-ended question that everybody should know
okay.
on this one. How much commission do you charge?
Have you reviewed my plan of action?
No?
That's
I
already-
mean, you could use that. Yeah, you could. But we've already have that. That's a yes or no question. Have you had a chance to look at my plan of action?
How much commission? Oh. Oh.
What would be an open-ended question for how much commission do you charge?
I
Okay.
charge 6%. Just tell them how much you charge and that's it. Like,
And how much do they want to pay the buying side?
Okay, yeah, you could certainly do that. Okay, so
That's not
I like it.
open-ended.
There you go.
But that's
So-
not open-ended.
Yeah, it is. Okay. I only charge 2.78%.
How
All
about
of it.
it sounds to me like fees are
How
important.
much, all you need to do, how much do you want to pay this buying side?
Guess I don't know what an open-ended question is then.
yeah, that
Open-ended question
definitely
means that
gives them
doesn't-
something to think about.
Right, so this is open-ended because it's not a yes or no. They have to come up with an answer. I
How
only
about-
charge 2.78% for all of it. How much do you want to pay the buying side?
It
Well, I
sounds,
want to pay the buying side 2%. Great.
it sounds to me like fees are important to you, correct?
Okay, that's another good yes or no question.
That's it. I'm only doing those.
Driver,
I'm only doing-
driver.
They're my biggest challenge. Oops, sorry.
All right, let me help you out here, okay? On another open-ended question for this. So it starts with if. Now I know that that's not typically how this is supposed to start, but if another agent does not have the courage to
Stand up to
for
and
their own
self
net worth.
self-worth.
How much?
How strong could they possibly be defending you and the price you set for your home or the price?
Right. How
There you go.
strong could they possibly be defending you and the price we set on your home? That's the key.
Again, she's still in the glory.
Glory.
Another agent did not to stand up for their own self-worth. How strong could they possibly defending you and the price we set on your home? Because that makes them open and well, yeah, I guess that makes a lot of sense, so and so forth. Okay. So when it comes to commission, because they're asking the commission, now I understand the example didn't say, well, another agent said they could, or blah, 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 but we're just giving examples. This is all stuff to help with your arsenal. Okay. Let's do one more. You guys and gals are so good at this. My goodness. Okay, let's do one more. So give me another objection, statement a buyer or seller might give to you.
How about they don't want to list their home yet until they find a home to purchase?
Okay, so I want to find a replacement property. Before I list. Okay. All right. So what are some examples? What are some examples? I'll help you. I'll help you.
Wait,
I'm going to help you with one. Okay, so how soon do you need to be in your new home? That's an open-ended question to find out more about their motivation. Okay, so what would be another example? A or B, yes or no, open-ended of I want to find a replacement property before I list.
Would you like to be moved in 3 months, or would you like to start?
That's
Move-
open-ended.
Well,
That's no, you're on the right track. Kind of goes a little bit to this first one of how soon do you need to be in your new home? But another way you could put it, to Valerie's point, is what we do. Okay, so would you like to have your home sold? Would you like to be in your new home in 30 days, or would you like to be there in 3 months? It's another way of asking that question.
right, because if they tell you the answer to that, then you have to you have to ask the next question. Well, if your house, do you think it's important for your house to be on the market now, or would you like to have a seller? I don't know. There's like a whole thing to that.
I get it. No, I think you're on the right track there. So copying and pasting, right? Look at some of the yes or no questions on the previous one.
Oh, I like that one. It sounds like you really want to make sure you find your home before you list your home, because they like
I have one.
specifics. Like, okay, go ahead, Elvin, because I'm lost. I'm lost now. Never mind.
No, you're
Robert?
on the right track, Sylvia. You're on the right track.
You need-
Absolutely. Albert, go ahead.
Do you need the proceeds from this sale to purchase the next one, or can you buy it before listing?
Smart ass. Oops.
Wish people ask that question more often.
You need, I think, not no.
Do you need
like
the
that.
proceeds from this sale to purchase
Your next property.
your
You need-
next property?
Do you need, no.
Can you let me have one?
No, I'm
No,
helping
no,
you with
it's,
this typing.
I mistyped that one.
That's all
Great,
right.
that's a great yes or no question.
Do you
okay.
need the process, right?
Okay. All right, keep it going.
I guess you can ask them what part of town they're most interested in living, or
Sure, sure, absolutely.
or like
Okay.
what kind of style of home they want
Yeah,
or need.
sure. What area would you like to move to, or something along those lines?
Yeah, to move to, right. I mean, the questions can be simple. They don't have to be complicated.
Right.
So we ask them, what if we do not find a home that meets your criteria? Are you potentially okay with staying here?
That's a great question.
That is a good one.
I think it.
Good job.
That would be try to get their motivation.
Right? It's an open-ended question. Great for that motivation. Okay. So I'm going to help you out with another one.
Oh my God, down by the river.
Down by the river. There you go.
You're good. Good job.
So there you go. So there's another yes or no question, because that's their big concern. Okay, so
Yeah,
what
that's
could
putting it
be-
on the table, Robert.
let's do it. What could be an A or B question? I want to find a replacement property before I list. What could be an A or B question?
If we're unable to find a replacement property, would you rather rent back or extend? I don't know. Never mind.
Oh, you're on to something there. Okay, you're on to something.
Would you be open to?
Well, that's it. What's
for
your
a while
property?
before you find your perfect
Hold on,
home?
Valerie.
Sorry.
Sylvia, say it a little louder, Sylvia.
I was just gonna say, would you be open to leasing a home in the meantime until you find your perfect home or something like that?
Okay,
If you were to sell your home.
so would you be open to selling this property and leasing a property until we found the perfect home? Something like that?
Yeah.
Or
I have one.
did you
You'd be
know
open
that
to selling
once
this
your
and
property,
leasing a property until we found the perfect home? Okay.
once we
can
list
adjust
your
this.
property, did you know that when we list your property, we have 10 ways to find replace? Did you know that we have 10 ways? Once we list your property, did you know we have 15 ways to look for a new property for you? That, like, is that's a yes or no question, I guess. Did you know that we have a method? We have methods of,
That's good. I like that, Valerie.
did you know that we have 10? Okay. But you have to ask the question. Yeah, we have, I live in a basement property. Did you know that? I go over those with, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, you can go over those with me, sure.
There you go.
Okay, that's good.
So this is an open-ended, right, questions?
So this one right here is a yes or no. This is a yes or question, right? Because can I go over those with you? Yes. Okay. This one right here also a yes or no question. So Shasha, go ahead. Give me a one.
So yes or no and open-ended question is different?
Yes, because open-ended is yes or no is a very simple, straightforward. It's only a yes or no. So do you need the proceeds from the sale to purchase your next property? That's either a yes or a no. If I say, how soon do you need to be in your new home? Well, I could be there in I have to be there in 3 months, but I could be there sooner if I really need to. Like they have to explain the answer.
Yeah, like an open-ended question can't be yes or no. It's
Correct.
everything else besides yes and no.
Correct. Correct.
Like this. So you
Okay,
told me,
I need an open, but I need an A or B question.
so you told me you wanted to move to Walnut School District for your kids.
Uh-huh.
You wanted to continue staying here.
Right. So where's the question?
That's a question.
No.
No,
Is
that's
it-
not a
is it-
question.
So
is it
a
important to
question
you?
would be, you want,
That's
so
a statement.
a question could be, do you still want to stay in the Walnut School District? You
Or
know,
how
so
important is it to you?
Yeah, so that could be right, that could go along the lines of what area would you like to move to? What type of home are you looking for? So that's a great question, Sasha. It goes right in with that. You know, if you already know what they want, you could do that, you know? So do you still want to stay in the Walnut Schools District? Do you still want to stay in this city, in this town? You know, how important is it for you to be walking distance to the beach? You know, like those are all great open-ended questions that we can ask in regards to this. But we're about to wrap up. I need an A or B question for I want a replacement property before I list. I mean, I have one, but I don't want to give it.
Wouldn't the A or B be, would you be open to selling this property and leasing it back or doing a rent back or?
No, that's on me because it's really more of like this. I guess this could be like a slash. So
Or
because
you
would you
can,
be open to selling this property and leasing the property, or would you be open to selling this property and doing a rent back until we found a perfect home? So it's more of a yes or no question. So that's good catch. That's on me for mistyping that.
Oh, there it is.
Mm.
What about, do you want to take advantage of this hot market that we're having now? Or do you want to wait and not know what the market is in the future?
All right, that'll work.
It's
Okay.
kind of out of the box.
Do you want to take advantage of this hot market? Wait until the market possibly changes. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so I want to wait for replace property before I list. Okay, you could also do the same thing to Sylvia's point of interest rates. Do you want to take advantage of the low interest rates or
Low interest.
or possibly or wait until possibly interest rates go up?
Yeah, or risk having
Or-
interest
or
rates
risk.
go ra- down.
Or risk waiting and interest rates go up?
Yeah.
It's a gamble.
To purchase your,
Do you want
next home, because that's what we're talking
or
about.
risk waiting and interest rates go up. Okay. Okay, so
Okay.
Do you think sellers would be more interested in your offer if your home was listed or not listed? That is an A or B question. That was the one I thought.
That's key. That's the key question. Good job.
That's a good one. I'm gonna highlight that one.
Okay, so I think we got the gist of this. First of all, two things. One, thank you so much for participating, because I'm telling you right now, I already had in my head that if they don't participate, I'm not going to do the class because I wasn't going to do this all by myself. Okay, so thank you so much. And two, I think you got it. Y'all did really, really well for just kind of being thrown this, but do you see the help? How this makes a difference when you can do this kind of stuff, when you can ask questions in different formats to be able to come at it from different angles. Because sometimes with some people, you might have to do it a couple different ways, right? You might talk to someone and, I want a replacement property before I list. Well, how soon you need to be in a new home? Well, I don't really have a time frame. Okay, let me come at it from another angle. Do you need the proceeds from the sale to purchase your next home? No? Okay. I might have to come at it from different angles from each individual person. So it's good to be able to know this. This is cool. Good job. Wow. All right.
Nice. Are we gonna get the notes?
I'm going to post them in the chat box right now. So
You should practice more.
in the chat box, I'm going to post the link to this Google Doc that we just did together. Woohoo! Okay. So for those of you that stuck around, good job, good job. But to Sasha's point, okay, and this is what Ron told us at the retreat, practice. Okay, practice doing this, come up with different phrases, come up with different objections, write them out, write out the phrase, and then say, okay, I got to come up with a different question, A or B, yes or no, open-ended. If nothing else, this gets you better practice at asking questions. This gets you better practice of just being in that selling is not telling mentality. And if you do this, sometimes you're going to run into, like we did earlier, sometimes it's just copy and paste. Some of it fits for everything. You just change a couple words, but pretty soon you're just going to be on the fly. You can do this stuff left and right. And then what you can do is keep this in front of you, put it on your board. So whenever you're prospecting and somebody says something, boom, got it. Okay. Make it part of your presentation, but practice this, go through this stuff. This is a great, great exercise. I was so excited when Ron did this at the retreat, because it really is a great exercise to help us ask more questions. Make sense?
Yes.
Good.
Thank you so much, Robert.
All right. Let me